The FPP versus third-person debate should be nothing more than an irrelevant footnote in the history of Cyberpunk 2077, but just like an unscrupulous street rat, it somehow defies all logic and becomes headline news in Night City once more. Recent information on Cyberpunk 2077 has come to light that might be a game changer for some, assuming it is even genuine. It was implied via an unauthenticated message, allegedly from the official Cyberpunk 2077 Facebook, that all the cutscenes in the game will now be FPP. Assuming this were true, that would mean even scenes that help build an attachment with your character, such as when V is walking around her apartment, shown previously in the 2018 gameplay demo, would no longer be in the game. What about that emotional scene when V reacts to the death of Jackie Wellers? Apparently, this focus on FPP also applies to romance scenes. If the scenes involve copulation were removed from The Witcher 3, I don't think it would have necessarily impacted too much on the game. Spending time with Yennefer on a unicorn was more of an appreciated bonus than a game changer. So the romance encounters in 2077 being FPP might be a non-issue. This is not the first time I've seen individuals falsify private Facebook messages to create fake news, so I reached out to a corpo netrunner who I knew would be able to authenticate that message. No reply. Shortly afterwards, Marcin Momot, global community lead at CDPR, stated that achieving full immersion in an FPP game is extremely important, and the decision made by the team to go 100% first person in Cyberpunk 2077 is something that will benefit it greatly from gameplay and storytelling. That said, players will still be able to see their characters in the inventory screen, during driving sequences, in mirrors, and very occasionally in some of the cutscenes. This does contradict the initial message and might alleviate concerns, although that again depends on what Marcin meant by occasionally some of the cutscenes. Personally, I think the immersion card is being overplayed. Yes, FPP is beneficial in an environment such as Night City, but eventually there comes a point of diminishing returns. If individuals want to invest heavily in how they customize their V, it subsequently becomes difficult to develop an attachment to V if you almost never see them, regardless of the magic CDPR might use in 2077. In the end, I'm playing FemV. There are limits to how immersed someone like me can get playing a kick-ass female character, unless I make some drastic changes to my life between now and April 2020. Thank you for chipping in.